You're standing there, heart pounding. The words already left your mouth, and the moment they did, you saw it. The shift in their eyes, the slight smile, the way they leaned back. You just lost. Not because of what you said, but because you said anything at all. Your own mouth betrayed you. And the worst part, you knew better. You felt it in your chest right before you spoke. That small voice that said, "Don't," but you ignored it. And now you're paying the price again. Machiavelli understood something most men never learn. Power isn't taken by force. It's lost through carelessness. And nothing reveals carelessness faster than a man who can't control his own words. He wrote that the wise man speaks only when silence would cost him more than speech. But most men do the opposite. They speak when silence would have made them untouchable. They explain when mystery would have given them power. They defend when indifference would have crushed their enemies. Your mouth is not your ally. It's a loaded weapon, and most of the time, it's pointed directly at your own head. Today, we're going to walk through 10 specific situations where your mouth will try to destroy you. These aren't abstract concepts. These are the exact moments where you've lost respect, leverage, and control. The moments you replay in your mind at 3 in the morning. The moments that taught you, too late, that silence is not passive. It's the most aggressive move you can make. Let's start with the most dangerous one. Situation 1. When anger moves through you. You're in a meeting. Someone disrespects you. Not loudly, subtly, a comment, a tone, something that makes your blood heat up. And before you can stop yourself, you respond. You correct them. You push back. You make sure everyone knows you won't tolerate it. And in that moment, you think you're standing your ground. But here's what actually happened. You just showed everyone in that room exactly how to control you. You gave them the map. All they have to do is poke you, and you react. That's not power. That's a puppet on strings. Anger is information. It tells you where you're vulnerable. But the moment you speak from it, you hand that vulnerability to everyone watching. Machiavelli said it clearly. The man who cannot control his anger cannot control anything else. When you feel that heat rising, that urge to respond, to correct, to put someone in their place, that's the exact moment your mouth is about to betray you, because anger makes you loud. And loud is never respected. It's tolerated. There's a difference. The man who stays silent when disrespected, he becomes a question mark, dangerous, unpredictable. The other person doesn't know if he didn't care, or if he's calculating something worse. And that uncertainty is where your power lives. Situation 2. When you're winning. When you close the deal. You got the promotion. You outmaneuvered someone who underestimated you. And now you want to talk about it. You want to explain how you did it, share the strategy, let people know you saw it coming all along. This is where most men destroy themselves at the peak. They win the game, then give away the playbook. There's a specific kind of man who can't let a victory exist without narrating it. He needs people to know he was smart, that it wasn't luck that he planned it, and in doing so, he turns allies into students and students into future competitors. Worse, he turns respect into resentment. No one likes the guy who explains his own genius. Machiavelli called this the arrogance of the new prince, the man who just seized power and immediately needs to justify it. That need? That's weakness wearing a crown. When you win, your mouth will want to celebrate. Resist it. Let the results speak. Let people wonder. Let them fill in the gaps with their own assumptions. They'll always make you more dangerous than you are. The moment you explain, you shrink. You go from mysterious force to regular man who got lucky. Silence after victory is not humility, it's dominance. Situation 3. When you're defending yourself. Someone accuses you of something. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not. Doesn't matter. Your first instinct is to explain, to defend, to lay out the evidence of your innocence or your reasoning. And the more you talk, the guiltier you sound. This is the trap of over-explanation. Innocent men don't defend themselves with paragraphs. They defend themselves with silence and a raised eyebrow. Here's the psychology. When you defend yourself with words, you're operating inside their frame. You've accepted that you owe them an explanation. You've agreed that their accusation has weight. And now you're fighting on their terms. But the moment you refuse to engage, you do something more powerful. You reject the premise entirely. You communicate without saying it that their opinion doesn't even register as something worth addressing. I watched this happen to a man at a company I used to work for. Someone spread a rumor that he'd taken credit for another person's work. People asked him about it. He said 5 words. Believe what you want to believe. And then he walked away. No defense. No explanation. No emotion. Within a week, people stopped talking about it. Not because they found proof he was innocent, but because his refusal to engage made the accusation feel small. Weak. Desperate. He didn't defend himself. He made the accusation defend itself. And it couldn't. Situation 4. When you know a secret. You have information. Something valuable. Something that makes you feel important. And there's this itch to let people know you don't have to say the secret itself. Just hint at it. Let them know you're in the loop, that you're connected, that you matter. This is how men give away their only advantage. Machiavelli wrote that the man who cannot keep a secret cannot keep power. Because the moment people know you have information, you become a target. They'll pry, they'll manipulate, they'll test you, and eventually, you'll talk. Not because you're weak, but because you already showed them it matters to you. The most dangerous man in any room is the one who knows everything and says nothing. He watches, he listens, he collects, and when the moment comes, he moves with information no one saw him gather. But the man who teases his knowledge, he's already lost. He traded long-term leverage for short-term relevance. And relevance fades. Leverage compounds. Situation 5. When someone is testing you, they say something, a comment, a question, something designed to get a reaction, and you feel it, that pull to respond, to prove something, to show them they're wrong about you. This is a test, and the only way to pass is to not take it. The moment you engage, you've already failed, because the test wasn't about the question, it was about whether you could be provoked. Women do this instinctively, men do it strategically. Either way, the game is the same. They're checking if you're controllable, if you're reactive, if your buttons are easy to find. And every time you respond to a test, you confirm that they are. The man who can't recognize a test will spend his entire life reacting to bait. He'll think he's defending himself. He'll think he's standing his ground. But really, he's just dancing on command. Silence in the face of a test is not avoidance, it's refusal. It says, I see what you're doing, and it doesn't work on me. And that refusal is what breaks the frame. Suddenly, they're the one who looks desperate. You didn't have to say a word. Situation 6. When you're hurt. This is the hardest one. Someone you trusted betrayed you. Someone you loved left. Someone you respected humiliated you. And the pain is so sharp that you want to speak it. You want them to know what they did. You want them to understand. You want them to feel guilty. So you text, you call, you explain how much it hurt. And in doing so, you hand them the knife again. Pain spoken is power surrendered. Because the moment you express your hurt to the person who caused it, you give them confirmation. Confirmation that they mattered, that they had impact, that you're still emotionally attached to the outcome. And whether they feel guilty or not, and most won't, they now know you're still reachable, still affected, still theirs in some way. The strongest move after betrayal is silence. Not because you're hiding, but because you're refusing to give them the closure of knowing they damaged you. Let them wonder. Let them sit with the absence. Let them interpret your silence however they want. It will cost them more than any words you could ever say. Situation 7. When you want validation. You did something good, something hard, something you're proud of. And now you want someone to acknowledge it. So you bring it up. You angle the conversation toward it. You wait for the compliment. And when it doesn't come, or when it comes weak, you feel hollow. This is the trap of external validation. Your mouth just revealed that your worth is negotiable, that you need their approval to feel complete. Machiavelli observed that the prince who seeks love is always at the mercy of those who give it. But the prince who is content without it becomes the center of gravity. People sense need, and need repels respect. The moment you fish for validation, you've told everyone watching that you don't have it internally. You've outsourced your confidence, and now it's in someone else's hands. Stop announcing your wins. Stop waiting for acknowledgement. Let your actions exist without narration. The people who matter will see. The people who don't were never your audience. Situation 8. When everyone else is talking. The room is loud, opinions flying, everyone trying to be heard, and you feel that pull to jump in, to add your voice, to make sure people know you have thoughts too. But here's what most men miss. In a room full of noise, the one who stays quiet becomes the one everyone remembers. Not because he was loud, but because he was different. Silence in chaos is magnetic. It creates space. It makes people lean in. And when you finally do speak, if you speak, it lands with weight. Because you didn't waste words, you didn't compete for attention. You let everyone else empty themselves while you stayed full. This is how you lead without titles. This is how you dominate without effort. You become the calm in the storm. And calm always wins. Situation 9. When you're drunk or exhausted, your defenses are down, you're tired, you've had a few drinks, and suddenly, everything you've been holding back wants to come out. The frustration, the resentment, the truth you've been swallowing, and it feels like relief to finally say it. But what feels like honesty in the moment becomes a weapon against you the next day. Because people don't remember your intention, they remember your words, and they'll use them. Exhaustion and alcohol don't reveal your true self. They reveal your unfiltered self. And unfiltered is not the same as honest. It's unedited, unstrategic, reckless. The things you say when you're tired or drunk are the things that will cost you relationships, jobs, and respect. Not because they're lies, but because they were said without the protection of timing and tone. If you can't trust yourself to stay silent when your guard is down, then remove yourself. Leave the room. End the conversation. Go to bed. Your future self will thank you for the words you didn't say. Situation 10. When you've already won. The argument is over. They've apologized. They've admitted you were right. And now you want to drive it home. One more point. One more reminder just to make sure they really understand. And in doing so, you snatch defeat from the jaws of victory. You turn a win into bitterness. You turn resolution into resentment. You couldn't let the win exist quietly. You had to narrate it. And now, they'll remember the gloating more than the apology. Machiavelli warned that the wise ruler knows when to stop, that mercy after victory is not weakness, it's consolidation. Because the man who wins and stays silent is feared, but the man who wins and gloats is hated, and hatred waits. It plans, it remembers. You don't want people to remember the moment you beat them. You want them to remember that crossing you wasn't worth it, and that only happens if you let the lesson land without rubbing it in. When you've won, shut up. Let the silence do the work. Let them sit with what just happened. Let them process the loss without you adding injury to insult. That restraint, that refusal to twist the knife, is what makes you untouchable. So where does this leave you? You've been carrying a weapon your entire life that you never learned to control your mouth. And every time it fires without your permission, you lose something. Respect, leverage, mystery, power. The men who win, the ones who move through the world untouchable, aren't smarter than you. They're not more talented, they're just quieter. They've learned that silence is not the absence of strength, it's the presence of control. Starting today, practice this. When you feel the urge to speak, pause. Count to 5. Ask yourself, does this sentence give me power or take it away? Does it make me more dangerous or more predictable? Does it protect my position or reveal my hand? Most of the time, the answer will tell you to stay quiet. And that quiet will build something in you that words never could. It will build weight, presence, the kind of gravity that makes people lean in without you saying a word. This isn't about being cold. It's about being deliberate. It's about recognizing that your words are currency. And every time you spend them carelessly, you devalue yourself. So spend them rarely, spend them wisely. And when you do speak, make it count. If this hit you somewhere deep, if you recognized yourself in these 10 situations, do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and drop a comment telling me which situation you've struggled with most. I read every single one. Because the men who are here learning this, applying this, you're the ones building something real, something quiet, something dangerous in the best way. This is Dark Psyche, where silence becomes strength.